Hey guys, how's it going? This is ExtrmWill, back at it again. I'll probably make you mod again sometime, Superman versus Green Lantern. Assume eventually. Oh shoot. Mute the volume there. Rookie mistake. Let's take a real quick look in here. See what we got. That's nothing important. That's nothing important. Is that also nothing important? Alright. This thing looks kind of useless. Let's see here. The first one is definitely like a waste of money. The second one looks like it's even more waste of money. Yeah, these are both terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, I don't have a problem with you, Superman versus Green Lantern. Trying to call in while I'm on Skype with somebody else trying to do hard content. Skype doesn't really work like that. I can't just call you in when you call me. I'd have to actually call you in, so I gotta get permission first and stuff like that. But let's see. Yeah, this gold offer here looks pretty terrible. Alright, so then let's get into this arena here. Start working on Dormammu. Seems kind of weird to me how much further my Ant-Man is below all my 3 stars. Keeps getting a little further and further away. Falcon, where's Falcon? There he is. Alright. Alright. Been sitting here in front of my computer for about an hour here before I got started, trying to do some grown-upping and get some other things done. Wife needed me to do some work on her tablet to get it working right. So now I'm going to want to play with it while I'm sitting here, which I totally need something else that I can be messing around with here. Oh, where's my parry? I got up and I meant to do my Alliance quest right away, and I almost completely forgot about it. I put it off for about 45 minutes after I got up. Got in there, got it done though. A little annoyed though. It's been working pretty good for me. Like this time around, I think this is probably the best day I've had for a while with lack of bugs and all that. But I still wound up having one. It still kicked me out in the middle of a match. It was a little annoying. You completely shut the whole game down. Other than that, though, I think it's been working a lot better. Definitely better than it had been. Thanks, Cosmic Fool. Welcome to Real. I think I should be able to do Dormammu. I don't think he'll wind up going as insanely high as he potentially could be, just because guys don't seem like they've been doing that. So I want to say I think 5 mil, you probably got a pretty decent chance of getting him. So I'll try and see what I can do. I'll probably do a stream tonight. I'll do the stream today. I'll do a long stream after work tonight. I think I'm set up to be able to do that. And then probably stream most of the day on Friday if I can, until my wife gets home from work. Probably have to work a nap in there somewhere, but we'll figure that out as needed. Battle group did get back on track. We're still going to end a little bit late. Hey Ronan, hey Tony, how's it going? At Dormammu now, so not too bad. Having half an hour move makes it a lot easier. If something does get really messed up, it's a lot easier to to clean it all back up again. Yeah, sure, we'll do it like this. Put Unstoppable Colossus on the Deadpool. Oh, not that match. He has like no hit points anyways. But hopefully it'll work. Yeah, I wanted to start about 45 minutes ago, and then just kind of got started late. Good luck to you, Tony. I already know that I probably won't be able to do too much on Saturday, so I need to do the bulk of it pretty much tonight and tomorrow. But I think I'll be alright with that. My roster should be big enough now where I should be able to be knocking this out. I'm still not sure if the second round, if I want to try to go for Agent Venom, or if the second round I want to go to awaken my Dormammu. I'm not sure which one is necessarily going to be better. I think I'm really, really far away from being able to bring up another Mystic. So I don't know if I'll be better. I may be better just going for Agent Venom, going for the new champion. I don't know though if I've never really gone hardcore into a featured champion arena though. So I don't know how hard that'll be for me to do, but I should have a big enough roster I should be able to. I'll have some downtime, but it won't be like a ton. I think it should be alright. Hopefully I can see all of the results from the first round before I start the second round, which will make it a little bit easier for me to figure out. Hey Keith, how's it going? Yeah, I think Iron Fist gets quite a bit underrated. Keith normally goes on 3 hours and about 15 minutes. Does Psylocke synergy with Beast? No, she doesn't synergy with Beast. So we'll go X23. Try to figure out some of these. Well, 3:30. Oh, you stream. I guess you start half an hour earlier than I thought you did. I thought you always started at. Thought you always started at 4. U.S. Eastern. Hey, Dr. Strange, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. And Dr. Strange, Keith, Tony, Cosmic, Superman versus Green Lantern. So probably about 90% of the people in here are all streamers. You can click just about anybody's name and subscribe, but I'm pretty sure all of you are already all subscribed to each other. Not much of a real surprise there, but how it tends to go. Normally it's all regulars in here for me. Last couple of night streams though, I did pretty good. Got a bunch of new people in there I haven't seen before. So that's been pretty cool. So, rule number 1 of fighting, I want to punch them in the face. And rule number 2 of fighting, I don't want them to punch me in the face. I still have not even started to remotely work on my 6-star speculation video. I assume I'll probably get it done right before they decide to release who those champions are actually going to be. I have the 3-star Doc Ock. I haven't really used him too much yet. I'm still ranking him up. I haven't awakened him yet either. I was watching, I think Seaton did a video and said he's probably actually better if he's not awakened, or he might be slightly better if he's not. One of his abilities works better if he's not awakened. To what I understand, Doc Ock looks like he's pretty overpowered and awesome. Wouldn't be too bad to pick him up eventually. But yeah, I got him from the arena too. I don't think I have a big enough roster yet to be able to go to try to claim him, to try to do the 4-star featured arena for him. I'm pretty sure, I don't know what he went for, but I'm sure it's pretty high. Well, Nightcrawler being a Evade champ, I would say like Nightcrawler would be like another like Spider-Man or something like that. Okay, Luca, you must still be in your first 90 days then. For your first 90 days, it's all a lot easier, so they'll go a lot lower. After your 90 days, he'll be closer to, the new champs will be closer to like 1.2 or 1.5 million. So you want to do your best to take advantage as much as you can of the arena before you hit that your 90-day mark. What in the world are they barking at? Hold on. Hey! Somebody bought the house across the street. Yeah, I would assume you're still in your 90 days. Otherwise, I don't think you could have got him for 700. He would have gone a lot higher. So you're probably just right at the end of your 90 days. Or they extended how long new players are in the beginning bracket for. Because it used to be for the first 30 days you're in the easy bracket. So essentially, if you play the arena at all, and you can find the arena in your first 30 days, then you're almost guaranteed to get the champion. And then the next 60 days, your 30 day to 90 days, what it used to be. I'm pretty sure it's what it still is for new players. Then you're in the intermediate bracket. And no idea what the cutoffs would be for that. No. Should be paying more attention there. Gotta be a little careful. yeah, about him being unduping, kind of like Nightcrawler. I don't know if I don't know exactly what the extent of it is. I don't think it's as big of a deal because with like Nightcrawler, Nightcrawler's actually better on offense if he's awakened, but you just don't want him on defense when he's awakened. So I think Doc Ock's a little different. I don't know if he is, if it's just the one ability, or if it's more across the board. He works pretty funny, so he's kind of hard to figure it all out. Yeah, Colossus is not necessarily all that good. Agent Venom though, he's pretty good. A lot of guys really like him. I don't even have a 4-star Agent Venom yet. So I think in the next round I may try for him as a featured and try and see what I can do. Agent Venom is definitely really good though. You got the 4-star Vulture. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I don't think I've ever got a featured champion out of a featured crystal, and I've definitely opened a ton of them. Well, not necessarily a ton of them. I've probably opened like 30 or 40 of them. I'm not too big into buying them. Normally they're a giant waste of units because you only have like a 1% chance of getting him. Hey Haiku, how's it going? My score for Dormammu right now, I'm at about 40K. I'm thinking in my head I'm probably going to score around 5 million, maybe 6. Try and see how high I can get. And I won't be able to play like all day on Saturday or anything like that. Like I'm pretty sure I probably won't get to play much at all on Saturday, so I need to try to get the whole arena locked up and done before then. Yeah, I think everyone's gonna get garbage on the 6 stars, and they're gonna get all mad and angry about it, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, why did I go through and why did I put all this hard work and effort into it?" And it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Yeah, I'll probably go for 6 million. I don't know why I said 5. I'll probably go for around 6, and then try to score as much high as I can. No. Oh. Boom, boom. Welcome, Derek Noble. Hey, Dragon Chappie. Well, Dragon Choppy was saying there was one of the other Marvel games is trying to bring Mary Poppins in there as one of the characters. So he thinks there's a real good chance that that we might see Mary Poppins in here as a character, just kind of as a way for Kabam to kind of troll us a little bit. I don't know what exactly they would do for like her power set though. You know, like what she would be doing. Bring her in as a champion to make her like super OP or something like that. I don't remember which of the other Marvel games he said that was looking to do that. If that was like that quiz game. Boom. Do a little better job trying to take advantage of my stuff. I'm still holding firm. I think the Act 5, Chapter 4 boss is going to be Evie Cliché's mother. That is my solid guess. Yeah, you got to start somewhere, Luca. It's probably easier to start with the grinding for the 3-star champions first and try to get all of them. It shouldn't be this difficult. Let's just start grabbing guys here. My favorite character in the game, it's probably Guillotine. She's been my go-to champ for so long that I just don't think I could quite say it's anybody else in my mind. I've done the majority of everything in the game so far pretty much with her. I mean, Star-Lord's pretty awesome too, but just to say somebody slightly different, I'll go with Guillotine as my favorite. Her regeneration at times can be pretty awesome. You can be at like a quarter health and you get lucky with like an L2 or something like that. You can go right back up to full health. Not sure what you mean by guy grabbing, but Right place for guy grabbing. Hopefully I'm not missing anything in the chat there. It's going a little fast. Sorry if I did miss anything. I'm trying to read it. Derek, the only things I can think of to say to that, I don't think I can actually say on the channel. Not too hard, trying to get a little bit of rise out of me, though. A little bit of lag there for a second. Well, Luca, actually, I would say I don't think Vision is underrated. I think everybody higher up kind of understands how good he is. If anyone has him, he's pretty much ranked up immediately. Yeah, the internet can be a very terrible place. I don't think we necessarily do any harassing here. I'd say I'm pretty open and welcome to everybody. The roster's definitely starting to get there, Luca. It's doing all right. Ow. 2 more times. I tried getting my wife to grab me more often, but she's not quite as much into it. Yeah, guys in my alliance are trying to talk about some of the changes that are coming in Alliance War and how I think some of it's going to work, or how... Ow! I was done. I had that blocked. But I think what they're going to do, you know, I don't know exactly how the point system is going to work, but I think it's going to be like if you get like, you know, like 10 points or something like that, or 10,000 points. I'll just say 10 just to make it easier for me while I'm talking. When you place your Alliance War defense, I think like the first like magic that would be placed would be worth like 10 points, and I think the second magic you place is going to wind up being worth 9 points, and then the third one you place would be worth like 8 points. So that way if you do wind up placing like 9, the 9th guy would be worth like 1 point, and then that 10th guy in below would be worth like less than 1 point. To try to put more diversity in there so everyone's not just throwing, you know, like 2 magics and 2 Dormammus and like a juggernaut or something. Try to add more diversity in, so if you use somebody who's more of an obscure reference, it'll make some of those other guys a lot better. I think the war changes, I mean, I'm hoping they're good, because Kabam is doing it. I'm pretty sure this is a 100% a business decision, so it's probably just going to be a money grab. Mini bosses are harder to fight than normal nodes, so if you have to kill all 5 mini bosses in order to be able to attack the boss, I think it's just going to wind up being a much larger money grab, but we'll see. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it works out to be pretty good for us, and I don't have to be as skeptical, but I don't know if I really foresee a world or a place where I'm not going to be super skeptical. So we'll wait and see what they do, though. But I'm hoping it works out to be pretty good. As of right now, I'm not a huge fan of playing war. I mean, my alliance does it, but we avoid it on day 4 and 5, which I'm pretty happy of. So we don't always do 3 per week. A lot of times I feel like there's way too much stress in it of trying to make sure you can get your path done. So I don't feel like the rewards are always necessarily high enough. You know, I guess if we're doing 3 wars a week and you're with a good group of guys, then it's probably not too bad. But I still feel like AQ right now is significantly more important than war is. But if they would introduce it where you could start earning glory in war, then I think war would become more important. I don't know if I necessarily like the idea of them doubling the map and increasing the speed on it. I kind of liked where it was at, where you know, if you're running efficiently enough, you only have to log in like 2 times. You know, maybe 3 depending on what path you're on. I like that you could 100% clear the map with 9 guys. The hat's not that obscure. I guess it looks a little funny. I can put it on forwards if you're not used to seeing the symbol on the back. It's the mascot for the Wisconsin Badgers. This is going to be weird. This is going to be my first football season, watching football in a long time without having ESPN or cable. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how exactly that works. Do I wind up managing to catch any of the games, or do I wind up pretty much missing everything because I have no idea when anyone is playing? I don't have all of the extra channels. I'm going to have to figure a bunch of that out still. I have to figure out what the easiest way is going to be for me to try to figure out, you know, how out-of-state teams are playing, where they're going to be on here. I guess I do have a guide on my TV I can still look through, but takes quite a while to load. It's a little bit of pain in the butt. Badgers should have a pretty good year for college football, so it shouldn't be too hard trying to find them. You and you. Yeah, I'm gonna go like that. Yeah, I don't know how easy it is to stream, you know, like professional sports and all that, or college sports. I've tried a little bit this year with baseball, and I've been able to get like some of it to work. It doesn't seem like it works all the time, but boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. You'll have to see how the map for war is laid out too, for whether the ability to teleport across the map is any good, or whether or not that's just, or whether it's just kind of terrible. I mean, that could pretty easily be something that's not really going to help. It's going to go through and make everything more confusing or something. Teleporting is kind of cool, but it can be kind of annoying too. You know, if you're one of those things where you click on it and it doesn't always register when you click. I've had issues with that one going questing. You know, I'll click on the one I want to go to 2 or 3 times. It'll beep that it's, you know, that it registered, and it won't actually register. So when I hear the beep, I'll just hit the OK button. And I'm like, that's not the node. It, you know, beeped at me twice saying that it registered. Why am I over here? Bait this special. Maybe I can't. Let's try to run her over then. Let's see if I can do that instead. No, she shouldn't have a ton of souls, so hopefully that won't kill me. Alright. There we go. Kind of curious to see what they do with all the nodes. I mean, getting rid of thorns, I guess, is pretty cool, but at this point, I feel like I've kind of got a pretty good handle on thorns, so I don't know. You know, I guess as long as they don't replace thorns with something worse than thorns. So it definitely seems like that would be a kabam move. Going to say, okay, well, we'll get rid of thorns, but instead we're going to give, you know, maybe like a regeneration that can't be reversed by guillotine or blocked or something like that. Unblockable or unstoppable regeneration, or if they make like an unstoppable node, I think would be far worse than Thorns was. I guess I gotta do it like that. Bane nodes. Yeah, I don't want to see a Bane node. I think the biggest problem with putting something like a Bane node in is then it would seriously jack up, you know, like 6 stars and 5 stars to make them significantly stronger, because Bane works off your total hit points. So, like R4s won't necessarily be able to do as good of a job against someone with Bane. Probably just get destroyed. Hey Chris, how's it going? And totally just kind of gonna hang in here for a while and work on it. I think I'll probably go for around 6 mil and then try and see if I can get a little more maybe to be safe, but Freddy, as I just said, I think about 6 mil. You know, I think he may go a little less. He'll probably go like 5.5 or something. A high 5. Try and do 6 and then work as much above that as I can to be safe. But I think with some of the changes in like Alliance War, I think other champions are going to start becoming more valuable. I think like a Colossus actually becomes a very viable defender. Anybody with a ton of armor. So you can go back to some of the guys who were better in the lower tiers are going to really quickly become much better choices in some of the higher tiers. Well, Dragon Choppy, you're going to have to tell us next year how your date with Mary Poppins goes. I think like Hulkbuster will probably become better. So let's see what specifically the nodes are to see who you can use on the nodes to make them better. I think some of the more random, obscure guys though will definitely become more valuable. Because if they're going to be worth like significantly more points, depending on how many points you lose per guy you place. And if it doesn't matter if you get a defensive kill anymore, the entire point of your defense just becomes to score as many points as you can by bringing in as many garbage champions as you can, so you have enough diversity, then you know, ranking up just about anybody may wind up being better. We'll have to see exactly how that's going to work and play out. Oh, I think I started one too early. Well, hopefully I have enough champs to through it. Should have done one more with my one more with my 4 stars on the bottom, probably before I started with the guys on the top. Making pretty good time too. I didn't think I was going to be going quite this fast. That's why I didn't start with the 3 stars, because I figured I was going to maybe by this point I've spent the majority of my time just messing around. Trying to find other things to be doing instead of fighting. It will be interesting with the changes in war. Does it become better to bring in more garbage champions? Which may be really annoying if all of the guys who I've ranked up specifically just to use on defense now become no good for me to be using on defense. I have to rechange how I'm doing all those rankings. Iron Man, he was like 2.3 mil or something like that the first time around, so I would guess he probably went for like 2.2 mil, but I haven't actually seen any scores from him yet. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see the Collector as a playable champion. I don't think they'll even do that if, like, the next season of Realm of Legends. I think they're more likely to make a specific champion. I think you're more likely to get, you know, maybe get Thanos as a playable champion than get Collector as a playable champion for Labyrinth of Legends Part 2, when they eventually decide to bring that out. Or actually, they may not even do Thanos. They may put like Kane or Kang in there as the champion he gets. Hey Henry, how's it going? About the GGC. What is the GGC? I can't think of what GGC would even be. I think I think it'll be the exact same crystal, so I think it'll still be Kang. I don't think they're going to change the champion in it, because if they change the champion around in it, then I mean, it's probably pretty easy for them to do it, but I think Kang would still be the one they want to be more popular than the Thanos. They want Thanos to be the much harder one to get. So I don't think they're going to switch which champion it's going to be. I don't think enough people got Kang last time around for them to think it's worth it to be switching it around. That's pretty cool, Derek. I think, yeah, I'm stuck on the Bane level, so I'm on the level before. And I think if I had an R4 5-star, I think the level would be much easier because I'd have so many more hit points. I think Bane would work so much better for me. I think part of the reason I'm having a hard time with it right now is I'm just trying to use all 4-star champions. I just don't think any of them have enough health to really get Bane to work that well for me. I was thinking originally they weren't going to change anything in the crystal from last year to this year, but I think this year they may have to. They will probably have to drastically increase the number of 5-star shards and possibly add 6-star shards in there. So unless they just make a third crystal for those, you know, they may just keep the two, the lesser crystal and the greater crystal from last year, and they may just make like a super crystal, a super greater crystal this year, where they would put in, you know, maybe it costs significantly more. I can't remember how much they costed last year. Was it 150 units and 300 units? Maybe if they make one that costs like 500 or 600 units, or like 1,000 units, maybe you'll have like a chance at a Thanos in that with like guaranteed 5 or 6-star shards. I didn't think about that though, that they could always just add another crystal in for Christmas. Yeah, so if they make like a super greater one for like 600 units or something like that, or maybe double, they could do something like that. Or, you know, it's kabam. Maybe they'll make a lot like 1,000 units. You know, nice, easy, even number, just to milk everybody even harder. How are you getting a nebula today, Henner? I don't believe Nebula was a champ last time around, unless I really wasn't paying that much attention. It should have been Green Goblin and Iron Man from the arena. Ah, the daily rewards. Okay. Like I said, I don't even tend to look at that. I'm not going to get too excited. I'm sure it's just going to wind up being a... all I'm going to pull is the 3-star, so... Yeah, because I don't even tend to look at who the login reward champion is. I'm not necessarily too excited for the daily login champions. I feel like I have a pretty solid chance I'm not going to get like the 4-star anyways. So can I run them over? No. Hey Lena, how's it going? On my live streaming, I don't think there is necessarily like an early or late. Maybe last night's might have had a late. Hey Mario and Dangerous, how's it going? Last night I tried only doing an hour, so last night there probably is late. Otherwise, pretty much just always going. Just kind of hanging out, working on getting everything done. Yeah, I think Nebula is pretty cool. She's definitely in the better champions. I don't think she's like super overpowered, but use her just right, she can be pretty cool. Thanks for the subscribe, Mario. Gonna stream pretty regularly. Keep it pretty chill and relaxed in here. Probably do a ton. Well, I guess tonight and tomorrow. I kind of like a lot of the choices they made so far this year for the new champions they brought in. So I'm kind of excited to see who they bring in next year. I'm sure they botched a whole bunch. The only real botch I can think of right now that they did was Carnage. Other than that, right now, I mean, the last couple of guys they've done have all been really, really good. So it kind of makes up for, you know, one bad champion. Thanks, Chris. Much appreciated. I don't want to play with the hat on forwards, though. Makes it a little bit harder for me to read the chat when I look up and try to glance through it real quick. I should probably just go with this one. This is probably by far the easiest one. Stay away from Punisher. Stay away from Thor. One of the advantages of the smaller streams, Chris, is pretty much everybody tends to get shouted out. All questions tend to get answered. Now, if the chat is flying super fast, maybe it may not all get answered as quickly, but... That would just kill him in general, but I'll throw one more little quick combo in there. Kind of would like to see both of these champions as 6 stars. I think that'd be pretty cool. Crossbones is amazing. Boom. Is it on straight? Looks like it's on quite straight. All right. Yeah, Crossbones is pretty good. A lot of people like him quite a lot. I didn't get him till a little bit more recently, so I wound up going Black Widow because that was who I had. So I ranked her up first, but he's pretty awesome. He's probably a little bit better right now than Black Widow is. There it is. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Deadpool fight against Dormammu will be interesting. Well, being a YouTuber, my friends list is pretty much always full from random people just adding me, but don't think there's any room in there. You can try to add me as a friend if you want, but it's probably full. I try cycling through and deleting guys every once in a while so I can make room for other people, but it doesn't happen all too often. I said you can, I know we're on, I don't know, like a 9-second delay or 20-second delay, something like that, I guess, depending on where you are in the world. Probably like 9 seconds in the US, maybe 20 seconds for anybody overseas. No, I practiced Bane pretty hard yesterday, and probably spent like an hour and a half on it during the day. I didn't make that much progress on it. I think I may need to make an R5, may need to take my Star-Lord, who's unawakened, to rank 4 first before I can realistically do Bane, because I think you just need more hit points, and I don't think I have the hit points necessarily to be doing it that well. My R4s just kind of seem to get run over pretty quickly. I'm at the point right now I feel like I might be able to do 5.2.5, but because it's not going to be as much of like an absolute given, I don't know how much I really want to try for it yet and waste all the resources. I'll save a little bit more until I think I can do it a little easier. I should try that. I didn't even try with my rank 3 5-star Star-Lord. I should try that next time. Try to compare him versus my rank 5 Star-Lord, who's already awakened at max signature 99. 4-star. Compare and see which one I think does better. For the 5-star. I think my 5-star not awakened might do better just because he has more hit points, and I think that Bane damage might stack up a lot higher then against the computer. Might make it a lot easier. Yeah, I don't know if Kabam is real big into that, like, progressive thinking or anything like that. But, like, if you would look at it and think about it solely as a business decision, Kabam is more likely to just invent their own character, kind of like they did with Guillotine or Joe Fixit or Civil Warrior, and use someone who they just randomly created to be that, he's got over there. May just take someone who they've randomly created to take that spot of the Act 4 boss, because it'd be cheaper for them as far as like copyrights and all that. I don't know how many new characters they're going to go and keep on creating or not. Yeah, it's definitely a good choice. I mean, if you can awaken your Scarlet Witch and take her Sig level up, I totally would, Jay. I think she's still one of the best champions in the game. I think the only real hate she gets is because she's not quite as strong as she used to be. But she can be pretty ridiculous. Her damage output and the chance to regenerate. You shouldn't have to be relying on her regeneration with her, but her ability to randomly stun, her ability to randomly power drain. In fact, whoever she fights has a chance to get poisoned. She is pretty ridiculously overpowered, even still after being significantly buffed. She might still be a god tier champion. I can't say for certain though, mine's not awakened yet, so I didn't have her awakened before. I don't have her awakened yet. I just got her. Well, I got her. It's almost 2 months ago now, but assume the first chance I get to awaken her, I will. Try and take her up as high as I can. Even at rank 4, she might still be really, really good. Can awaken her. That was nice. 1,500 there for the life steal. Was at full health, so it didn't matter too much, but I think that's the most I've seen her get. Yeah, 600. That's a little bit more standard for me. Dormammu, I think he's going to go for like high 5s, you know, 5.7, 5.8. I'm going to try for 6 at the minimum. I'm hoping 6 will be safe. I don't think he's going to wind up going for like 7 million. Just because nobody's been putting up those kind of numbers lately. I don't think that many people actually need him. And we'll see where he actually winds up, but I think 6 million-ish will be pretty safe. Should be a little bit above the cutoff. .5, I think you might have a chance if enough people get in the pool. I think with there being the T4 arena, I think more people are likely to get in the pool, which will help lower the number, and there'll be less people actually competing, which I think will also help lower the number. Yeah, I plan on still doing the T4 arena and him and Dormammu, and still trying to do about 6 million. But I'm going to do the slow grind on the T4 arena, so I'm pretty much just going to use my 5-star champions in there. May use some 3 stars, we'll see. But I'm not going to just grind the T4 arena out in one setting. I'm going to log on and play it every 7 to 8 hours. May have to use some of my 4 stars while I do the I go for the infinite streak. I may play around enough where I may not even have a chance of getting the infinite streak. So we'll see. I would still think, 6 million to be safe. Henry, are you saying you just pulled a 4-star Phoenix? Or is there a 4-star Phoenix? There is definitely a 4-star Phoenix. Oh, I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. Sometimes the live streaming, I get a little bit too distracted with things. What happened there? Is that just not loading for a while? Holy cow. One of the things on line chat just kind of blew up a ton of spam. Yeah, somebody's having a conversation. Hey Stitches, how's it going? Just kind of grinding away here at this Dormammu arena. Duped your 4-star Phoenix. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely was not expecting to be going this fast through this. I should have started with my 3 stars. You think you're going to be able to do the pools on all of them, T4, and get Dormammu, Jay? That's a pretty lofty goal. I mean, you might be able to do it. I'm sure there's definitely times that I've done. I guess if you have off Saturday, that'll probably make it a lot easier, and you can play all day Saturday. I probably won't get in the pool on anything else. I'm probably just going to do the arenas that I'm working on. I'll do the T4 arena and the Dormammu arena. If I get far enough along, though, maybe I'll get in the pool on some of the others, but I can't see me actually getting in the pool on Agent Venom at all because I'm going to need those champions too much. I don't think I have enough 5 stars where I can do the T4 arena and get in the pool for that one. A lot of it comes into just trying to micromanage your time, knowing what you can do and what you can't do. Yeah, I don't remember who it was. Somebody else was telling me that they did the Iron Man arena 2 weeks back to back. The 1 week they had their suicides on. The next week they didn't have their suicides on. They said they did 150 battles in each. And they said their score actually didn't even wind up being any different. They scored pretty much the exact same on both arenas, with the suicides on the one and off on the other one. I don't remember who it was who said that was exactly what they did. Could have been somebody, though, who, if they're not used to fighting with their suicides on, you know, they may have easily been losing more matches, because I don't think the suicides really help you win matches. I think recoil is terrible. It's probably one of the worst masteries in the game. So for the most part, I mean, I guess kind of really depends on your roster, but for my roster specifically, I don't think suicides are a good idea. All wrong everywhere. Stupid evade. Man. Has been a jerk. Yeah, that's kind of my thought. He probably died more trying to run with the suicides on than they did without it. But he said he wound up scoring the exact same thing, you know, out of 150 battles. So it's not even like it's a small sample size. Because it's such a large sample size, it kind of helps to go back and forth in my mind. I don't think the suicides are that... I don't think they're that good. Because of recoil. Because I loathe recoil so much. That's the wrong guy. Yeah, that's right. Oh, and I think I did need to start this off with my 3-star champs. This may wind up being a little bit ugly. I may have to revive. Some guys, I don't want to spend any units, though. And if you have a roster like, you know, like I don't have Vision, or, you know, I didn't have Ultron for a long time. I don't have Nebula. I think the only guy I have really with the double immunity is Iceman. I just got him. I had my Ultron for a little while, but he's not awakened yet, so I don't really use him a whole lot. I don't think I have enough champions where it would be very beneficial for me to run both. My favorite character is probably Guillotine, just so I'm not saying Star-Lord. Should say the next time it comes up. I think right now my streak is I think I'm at like 17, so I might wind up being screwed because I guess I don't have 20 teams yet. I thought I had, because I've never really counted. I'm guessing right now I don't actually have 20 teams. I thought I had over 20 teams, but I mean, Agent Venom is definitely pretty good, Henry. Yeah, I don't have him as a 4-star yet, but he is definitely one that guys really like. He's a pretty easy choice too for somebody to be ranking up and keep sticking with. He's going to be pretty good for you in almost every fight. Yeah, Derek, normally that's kind of what I would do if I was sitting in the other room, but as I'm live streaming, normally at this point I've spent an hour messing around. I'm not supposed to be this far this fast. I'm supposed to have spent way too much time messing around, and just didn't do quite as much of that today. I guess I'm kind of actually like focused in and doing what I'm supposed to be doing, so half the time when I'm in here though, you know, like while I was doing the just going for milestones, like I was probably going about half my speed. Uh-oh. Something happened here. Stream stopped working for a minute. I think my Wi-Fi must have stopped for a second. Oh, stupid Wi-Fi. Everything should all reconnect here in a second, hopefully. Alright. OBS is back up and running. Alright, let's get screen share back up and running. Alright, you know what, let's switch devices here. Really quickly while we're at it. Let's go. Do. Oh, it's not that real time here. We're back to real time here. All right, it's up and running. Let's take care of that a little bit prematurely because I see that already coming. Alright, let's power this bad boy up. Come on. You can work. Where's that charging cable I got down here then? Here it is. Oh, that one's way quieter. I haven't run with this one in a little while here, so we'll see how this goes. Am I up and running? Come on. Alright. Everything is working again. I love technology. Chris, I don't know if I get too many Australian guys in on my early morning stream. I know my late night stream, I definitely get a lot of guys from Australia in then. Maybe I may not have to do, may not have to revive anybody. Maybe I'll still make it in. I have over 20 teams. Woo! Welcome, Mystic Gaming. It's a Bantha, I believe. Yeah, normally when I stream, well, for me it'd be after work. I definitely get a lot of Aussies in. I got two of them that normally I'll bring in on Skype. Eternal Warrior and Croc Baits. Is that second one like a pointy fish? Or am I thinking of something else? I don't even know how to pronounce it. First one should be a bird. Oh, this is definitely weird now, trying to play on my phone. Yes, I got both right. Awesome. I'm smart. I know stuff. I totally deserve a cookie now. I don't think I have any cookies. Oh, wow, this is weird playing on the phone now. Going to the 5.5-inch screen from the 8-inch screen is like, why is everything so small? I don't understand. Show the size difference here really quickly between the tablet and the cell phone. That's a pretty easy way to wind up losing your streak when you switch between the two of them. A bad habit late at night when I go from live streaming in here to going in the other room and I'll start playing on my phone because the battery will be dead. I'm losing it. Oh man, I was gonna mess around here, but I guess I can't mess around here. I don't think I'm actually in the infinite streak yet. So I guess I'm going to have to do one more full team. And then I'll run Hood probably by himself. Could all be multiple responses to different things. Leg issue or any number of different stuff. Spammer would be someone who's just kind of constantly posting a bunch of nonsense. So like repeating all of the LOLs over and over again would be like spamming. Useless stuff. Hey Charles, how's it going? Welcome back, my friend. Boom! In the face! I don't know if I have any premium hero crystals right now, Henry. Actually, I might, but I want to save them up more until I get a larger amount. Normally, I like waiting, and then when there's like a class advancement and I get points for it, I want to use them to make sure I get up whatever tier I need to. So for class advancements, I guess I can't just like rank people up anymore. I don't necessarily just have champions who I can rank up. It's starting to become a lot more work. Right now, everybody I need to rank is pretty much tech in the lower tiers. That was sweet. That one fell funny. Yeah, it's not that big a deal, Chris. But yeah, Stitches. If you want a more active alliance, I mean, this is a pretty like simple answer, but normally it's not too hard to just leave the one you're in, and then for recommended alliance, just go to the very first one. And normally what I will do when I'm trying to look to see if an alliance is active, the first thing I will do is in the in-game chat I will say hello, and if nobody answers me relatively quickly, then I may leave, or I will go through once you've joined an alliance. You can look in the events and see how much they've scored, not just on the ones that are up and active right now, but if you look in the what they've done previously, what they did on last week's essay, not necessarily just what they did on this week's essay for Summoner Advancement, is a pretty good indicator. What they've done for like 3-day quest completion should still be in there. Like, I wouldn't expect anybody right now to be ranked super high on some of the stuff in there. I'll let him sit for a minute. Yeah, I definitely want to... Oh, man, I gotta go find everybody? This is going to be obnoxious. I pretty much, kind of, for the most part, I don't use my 3 stars in here anymore. I've just started only using them in 3-star arena. So trying to make my teams here be a little bit more obnoxious. I just do them the other way then. I'm not going to search for everybody. We'll use my older teams then. There, got the first one. Well, this particular stream, I am at an hour and a half. Otherwise, I've been streaming since about February. So I definitely enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Sit here and get to hang out with people, meet other people in the community, get to learn, you know. If there is something I have a question about, I can normally ask, and guys will pretty quick to give their opinion on it. Someone else has a question. A lot of times, like, guys have questions that everyone has. Everyone normally has like the exact same questions. So, you know, sometimes just trying to find somewhere where you can ask and get the answer can be a little rough, but you know, like everyone today is going to come in and ask what I think the cutoff is going to be for Dormammu is going to be the primary question I'll answer. Some of it will probably be how good are the champs in the arena this time, or how good were the champs in the arena last time? When are champs coming to the arena? Who's better than who, in my opinion, and then other people also put in their opinions. I'm an okay player, but I would definitely say there's a lot of guys here watching who are definitely far better than I am. Are far more knowledgeable. So if there's something that I don't happen to know the answer to, most guys here would know. I don't know if I'm sure what a drop bear is right offhand. Oh. I know what a bear is. Are they real tiny like a wombat, or would they be a little bit bigger because they're called bears, or are they still, you know, like small domestic cat size? Like a koala bigger? Okay. I may have seen them before, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I've ever seen any at the zoo or not, but I live here in suburbs of sunny Tampa, Florida. We have something kind of cool here. Busch Gardens is like an amusement park, but it's kind of cooler than a normal amusement park because they have a let's go dual hood. Actually, I wonder if I can go dual hood maybe with Joe Fixit. That might work better. And we'll just let him sit around. If I can find Mr. Joseph Fixit. Busch Gardens is kind of cool though, because they kind of have like a zoo in an amusement park, or an amusement park in a zoo, which is pretty cool. They probably got like 50 different animals on display, or different animal displays. There's probably more than 50 animals, about like 200 or 300 animals, but. You guys are definitely on the same page. I love when guys like fall in the middle of doing their specials. It's pretty cool. I need to learn how to do some video editing. I had a real cool one happen yesterday where what was it? I was fighting against Red Team Cyclops, and he died in the middle of like firing his beam. So as he was going down, it was kind of like a disco light flying all around. It was pretty cool. Wouldn't have minded being able to cut that out and just put that up as a video. Need to learn how to do all that still. I assume there's got to be an easy way to do it on YouTube with Video Editor, but I haven't played around with it too much. To do that one of these nights, start trying to figure out how to use it. 5-star Gwenpool, that's pretty nice. Yeah, Mystic Gaming, yeah, your account is definitely pretty stacked. Seen some of the stuff you post on line chat all the time about it, the different champs you have, and lead! Only 4? Alright, I'll keep this going. It's a mobile game, so I'll carry it with me here. And deal with the door that didn't work too well. And punch him in the face. Yeah, you probably want to take your Crossbones up higher. War Machine's alright, but he's not... I think he might actually start to get to be a little bit better here with the, you know, for value, with the changes in how they're going to calculate Alliance War defense. I think he might become a little bit better. I think he's a decent, like, second-tier defender. And I think, like, second-tier and third-tier defenders are about to become a lot more promising and better, because it'll be easier for you to score more points on defense with them. That didn't do much damage at all. Oh, wow. Boom, boom, boom. Cutoffs, I think Dormammu will be about 6 million. Agent Venom, I think, will probably be about 8 million. T4 Basic Catalyst will be 1.1 million. It'll start in about 2 hours and 45 minutes or so. As soon as I get to work, it'll start. We got some rewards coming in. I don't think any of my rewards will be anything big. I didn't actually go for anybody. All I did was just some just random grinding. The T4 Basic will start in 2 hours and 45 minutes. T5 Basic will start in about a year. No. So time consuming. Now, you know, did I pass her? I must have passed her up already. I think she's up a lot higher. Getting so spoiled. There isn't T5 Basics in the game yet. Unless I'm really that tired, I'm misremembering everything. Yeah, no, there aren't any T5 Basics in there yet. So T5 Basic Arena would start in like 3 hours. I'm pretty sure the other thing starts today too. That's what the people were saying. I thought it started tomorrow. Where's the calendar? What's the calendar say? Maybe I should double check this before I start just spewing out of my mouth. Yeah, T4 Arena will start today in a couple hours. I don't think they'll start the T5s yet this update. They're not going to come out until after the 6 stars come out, because they're going to roll everything out gradually. So because we don't have need for a T5 yet, I don't think they'll be in there. So I don't think there's any need for them yet. Or maybe there is. Maybe to start the... finish off the 6 stars. I still don't think they're... or start the 5 stars. I don't think they're going to be there yet. I don't think they're going to introduce the T5s until they introduce... until they're actually ready to introduce the 6-star champions. Summer advancement rewards will come in hour and a half or so normally. Iron Man Arena rewards maybe in now. I think the higher you rank, the quicker you get them. I think they release them that way, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they start on the bottom. I think they start on the top. And it's just however long it takes who's ever doing it to key everything in. I don't know if they do, like, if they also have to divide it by who's on Apple or who's on Google. I don't think they have to do it like that. I think they can just do everybody at the same time. Alright, Chris, thanks for hanging out. Make sure to subscribe, come back, check us out again some other time. I'll be doing quite a bit the next couple of days. I'll try to. I don't know if I'll get much in Saturday during the day necessarily. Only save Saturday for my wife. But I'm off work tomorrow, so I plan on trying to get as much in tomorrow as I can. You'll be real close there. Shot. I think you should get him. I think that'll be enough, but it'll be real close. I would say yes, though, because I was thinking 2.3 or 2.2. So if you're at like, if you're actually at like 2.28, I think it's definitely a lot riskier. If you're actually over 2.3, then I think you should have him. Yeah, I totally misjudged how fast I was going to be going today. I should have started. I should have done my first 9 with 3 stars. I would have scored significantly more points. I just assumed I was going to come in here and kind of drag my feet the whole time. Not really get moving and keep on moving just because I kind of have some bad tendencies of doing that. Boom! In the face! Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Burn One. Yeah, this is my secondary stream time. A lot of times I'll stream, I'll do a before work. So that's what this is. I'll be doing another one after work tonight too, and I'll probably try to do this stream time again tomorrow as well, while I work on Dormammu. It's kind of weird though, because I do tend to stream at the 2 different times. A lot of times I get kind of like 2 separate audiences. I have an audience for the day and an audience for at night. And then there's a lot of guys who are on both. Just happen to be on a relatively similar schedule to me. Or who are just always on YouTube. What champions do I think are best? 3 and 4 stars. For 3 stars, if you're still really working on trying to collect them, like Star-Lord, Archangel, probably Iceman, and Black Widow, Scarlet Witch. This would probably be my top 3 stars, possibly. The ones I would want to be ranking up and still using over 4 stars. For the top 4 stars, I mean, I'd say you would still tank those guys. Vision right now is one who's real high on my wanting list. I don't think he needs to be awakened. Let's see, all the guys I just mentioned. Dr. Voodoo is pretty awesome. If you're still working on like 3 stars, I mean, any 4 star you could awaken would probably be really good if you're still using 3s. Just about any awakened 4 star is probably going to be better for you than a 3 star is. It's kind of give or take a little bit, but I mean, Scarlet Witch and Star-Lord though is 3 stars. That, you know, there's a couple 4 stars that are going to be better than. Archangel and Iceman you can probably throw in that category too. I don't know how overpowered right offhand the 3 star Iceman and Archangel are. I don't necessarily use mine a ton. Kind of get used here in the arena a little bit. Hawkeye's really good. If you're trying to figure out for overall like who the best are for each class and all that, Seaton normally does videos pretty regularly. He'll break down. He's got some little graphs that'll show you who the best champions are for each class. Mystic, I think pretty much everyone in Mystic is good. Any Mystic champion you draw is automatically good. I don't think there is a bad Mystic champion. For tech, Star-Lord is the best. Vision, Ultron are pretty amazing. Science, Hulk, Captain America, World War II, Quake, probably in that order. Cosmic, Hyperion, Thor, maybe Drax or Miss Marvel then in the 3rd spot. For skill, I mean, all of them are pretty much kind of like the same. Gwenpool's probably the top one. Her raw damage is pretty ridiculous. And then you want somebody with defensive ability reduction, so Scarlet Witch, Crossbones. I think Agent Venom has a little bit, so he's probably a little bit lower in. What am I missing? Mutant, Wolverine, the next 23, I think may actually be better than Iceman and Archangel because of their regeneration. I think they'll end up having a little bit more utility. But they're all really good. See, did I miss a class? I don't think I did. Woohoo! Let's get to start new AQ here in a couple minutes. We'll go like this. Yeah, we'll go like this. For the most part, though, like you probably want to focus more for your first couple of 4 stars, just on the first ones who you awaken, as you're ranking guys up. If you're still in more like that mid game, anyone who's awakened are probably the guys you want to be using first, and then try to see how you like them. But your awakened guys, for the most part, are always going to be better than your non-awakened guys. So everybody would like the silver stars. Because they can use their signature ability, they're just going to wind up being a little bit stronger. Yeah, I think pretty much all of the champions of the game have some kind of utility or purpose. White Magneto, though, is one I think I would say kind of starts getting a lot harder to find his real usefulness. He's still alright. I mean, you can still totally be using him and all that, but I was about to say, like, Red Magneto. I really like Red Magneto. I think he has far more usefulness. His Magnetize always being up. I think he's always pretty good. You could probably pull a 3-star Dormammu out of a Premium Hero Crystal now, Haiku. Pretty sure he's in there. Yeah, he should have been in there a while ago. Yeah, he should have been there a long, long time ago. I know I'm still kind of mad. The last 3-star champ in the arena before I was able to make sure I could solidly get all of them was Karnak. And Karnak right now I think is Karnak and Red Deadpool. I think are the only 2 3-star champions I don't have. I don't know how I'd feel about my Alliance War boss being a Luke Cage. Because I mean, you'd have to wind up then going and investing a lot into him. I think he'd be pretty easy as a boss, too. I think he would be really, really easy as a boss. The only problem would be timing out. Yeah, they gave us 3. They gave everyone 3-star Hulk when they did the 12.0 update as a reward. Because they did such a terrible job with the 3.0 update. I pulled the 3-star Immortal Iron Fist earlier this week, I think. So I have him in there now, too. Yeah, everybody who was playing at the 12.0 update should have a 3-star Hulk. Yeah, timing out with X23 though shouldn't actually be as bad because of her regeneration. She should be able to come in the next match and regenerate back up to full health. Because his movement is so easy and predictable though. You're much better off with somebody like a Magic or a Dormammu or an Iceman who will do damage over time. Because even if the movement with it being predictable, there's more guaranteed damage to be done for our boss. But I imagine there's a lot of people who are going to time out with Luke Cage, but the timing out's not going to wind up being as big because he's not necessarily guaranteed to get any kills. I mean, he could. You probably will. He'll probably do all right. He won't be that bad, but I mean, you'll have guys who will be able to come in and more or less, you know, it won't necessarily be a one-time, but there'll be guys who'll be able to go in and fight him 2 or 3 times and not lose the champion and kill him. But that may not be a difference anymore, I guess, with the change in war that's coming, because you're no longer going to get points for defensive kills. So, I mean, maybe it may not matter. You know, he may be a really good defender because if you only have one of him, it might end up being a lot better. Yeah, X23 though, she would stack crits. I don't even think I have Skype up right now. But X23, she would still stack her crits and stacking her regen or cruelty. Yeah. I don't even care what the attack buffs are. I just in my head they're just attack buffs. I don't care if it's orange or yellow. I don't think there's enough of a real distinction between it. They both just make you do more damage. I probably should care enough to really know the difference. It'll be interesting to see how exactly the scoring really works out. Yeah, putting diversity in though, I would consider Luke Cage to be a tier 3 defender. So trying to have as many people, if everybody has tier 3 defenders, you may be able to score like twice as many points on your Alliance War defense than if everybody has all tier 1 and everyone has all the same people. So try to put more diversity in might be a lot better. Yeah, diversity is going to be real big. Old battleship from the Civil War era. Because I think the way it's going to go, I kind of described it a little bit earlier. I think for the first magic you place, you'll get, for sake of argument, you'll get 10 points. And I think for the second magic you get, you'll either get 7.5 points or 9 points. And then the third one you place would either be 8 points or like 2.5 points. I don't think they're going to fix Mystic Dispersion. I think all they're going to do instead is make it so if all your alliance is doing is placing all Mystic champions, you're just not going to be able to score as many points as someone as an alliance who's just playing all random garbage champions and they just all have different champions placed. Because they may have it set up where if all 10 of you place the exact same champion on defense, you only score like 100 points, but theoretically then an alliance where all 10 people play 10 different champions, they could theoretically score, you know, depending on how they want to do it, you know, 10 to 100 times more for you on defense. There are over 100 champions who you could place for defense. Now, I don't know if I really want to sit down and go through and rank my roster up to be able to be playing all of them like that, but well, the 1-stars I think would hurt, but if you would go through and because I don't think they're gonna diversify by the rank, but I mean, you know, like my 5-star Some of my 5-star garbage champs might not be as bad to play then. I think like Tier 2 and Tier 3 defenders will get a lot more of a premium put on them. They'll be a lot better guys to use now than they were before. I think using guys like Storm will be better now on defense because you don't need to get kills anymore. Killing anyone's not going to do you any good. You just need to get points. So guys using different champions who someone else isn't using will be better. Everyone placing a Magic and a Dormammu I think will be really bad. So any 4-star champion right now who is available as a 5-star champion I think will be a bad defender now. I think a 4-star Dormammu or a 4-star... Not Dormammu. I don't know if Dormammu was in for a 4-star Mordo or 4-star Spider-Man would now be a terrible defender. You'd only want the guys who have the 5-star to be using them. My 4-star Iceman mate, well, I guess he's still probably going to be rare enough where I don't think anyone else is actually using him on defense yet in my particular alliance. But like, you know, your Magic is someone everyone is using. I think Magic is now going to be a terrible defender just because everyone's going to be using her. You're not going to get any points for kills. And I think you're going to get so few points for using her. Star-Lord on defense may almost not be too bad because I don't think a lot of people are going to use him. So it's going to be weird to see how that dynamic works. I don't like the idea as from a strategy point of kind of what they're doing. But it has the potential where it could be better. I'm sure people are still really quickly going to find a way to exploit it. Depending on how much it downscales for the second one you use. I mean, I may go off and just tell my alliance we need to just... everyone needs to set up their defense ahead of time. And we should just bring in... Everyone should bring in a different champion. If we use all 100 champions on each defense, I think that might be pretty cool. I don't know what Iron Man cutoffs are going to be yet. I'm still thinking... I think the cutoff was going to be 2.2. So if you're... Yeah, I think you should have him with ease. With ease. I think he was going to go lower the second round than he went the first round. So 2.7 should be plenty good. I was thinking 2.3, but that's still just a guess. I haven't looked on Reddit or anything. I haven't seen anyone post anything about what they got. I don't have Reddit up. It's not one of the things I monitor while I'm streaming. The thing I have up is line chat, and I don't think anyone's posted anything. Yeah, I drew him out of a crystal, out of a 4-star crystal, like a week ago. I was maybe a week and a half ago now. I was pretty frustrated about that. I was really looking forward to getting him and awakening him in the arena. I was only able to get him the one time. I had a week of vacation, too. So it just kind of felt a little bit like a waste of a week of vacation. I think Rogue might wind up being a pretty good defender, too. You know, it'll be interesting to see exactly how the scoring works. I mean, do you need to even place like good champions, or can you just start placing just all garbage champions, like to make it work? We'll see. I mean, 'cause you may only really need to place 6 good champions. It may just be the 5 mini bosses and the main boss. Maybe the only good champions you need to place, but we'll see. I don't know if they'll necessarily make it that easy, but I think there will be elements of that that'll be coming into play. Yeah, I think I awakened mine in the first round. Let's say I did like 2.8 million, and then I scored probably like 1.6 million for the Doc Ock for the 3-star featured. Yeah, Black Widow's pretty awesome. She's much better when she's awakened, but I think she still does a ton of damage not being awakened. You just don't get the reduced defensive accuracy. But I used her unawakened for a long, long time, my 4-star. She has pretty decent synergies, which are nice. Which helps out. And she still just does... her L2, she can just do so much damage. And you'll get a lot of fights where you'll just have to drop like 1 L2 and the fight will be over. harder content, you may have to do 2 L2s, but I think she's incredibly easy to play and straightforward. But I used her on Awaken for a long, long time. She was in my Alliance War attack for a long, long time before I had her awakened. Just because she did so much damage. I think she's easy, too, to play against people she has a disadvantage with, because she still does so much damage. She doesn't put any debuffs on anyone, which, I mean, sometimes can be a little bit of a disadvantage, but there's other times, too, when that can actually really help you. I think there's some Act 5 content I probably should have been using her for, because she doesn't put any debuffs on. 5.23 and 5.24 I think she'd have been really good on. But I think she was one of the first 4-stars I got. I think she was the second skill one I got. So I went back and forth between her and Elektra for who I liked more. And I wound up eventually choosing Black Widow as the one I liked significantly more than Elektra. I'll try and do it like this. I didn't even realize they hadn't started AQ up yet. Completely forgot about it already. It feels like we got the message so long ago. The guys in my alliance just posted that when you get that thing started. Yeah, I just wonder if they're gonna release the formula before we start placing guys on defense so we can start trying to figure it out. Because there may be, you know, it may take some extensive planning to get it all figured out. I mean, then again, too, like, it may not take any real extensive planning. It might be really, really easy to figure out. So... because it may be one, too, where, yeah, where if it looks like if you use all 100 champions, just from maximum diversity, you know, if you do that in all 3 battle groups, there's a chance you could just straight up have the win right there in total points. As opposed to somebody who's just going to place a bunch of really hard defenders, but... we'll have to wait and see. It's just kind of a thought in the back of my head. This is what the diminishing returns are on each champion. Because if they cut the score in half when you place the second one of a champion, then trying to place all 100 might be really good. But at that point, then I don't know, like my whole roster would be completely screwed up. Because I don't think I would be able to place anyone right now. I have rank 5. I don't know if, well, maybe my Iceman I could still place, because he's still a little bit rare. I don't think everybody necessarily has An Iceman yet. We'd have to start getting pretty deep on things. I think what I'll do right now, I'll start mass saving all of my T4 basics in case I need to rank up a whole new team for defense. Start working on hoarding them. Yeah, there may be a potential chance if you lose like half the points, if it winds up being, you know, like 10,000 points for the first magic you place, and then like 5,000, that still sounds like it'd be way too many. It still have to be like 1,000 points per guy, I think, if you're placing 100. But if you get 1,000 points for the first magic you place, and you only get 500 points for the second magic you place, and then you would get, if you get 100 or 250 for the third magic you place, it might be in your best benefit just to make sure that everyone places a different champion. In each battle group you place 100 different champions. Because if you start the war off with, with 100,000 points in your Alliance War defense, as opposed to another team who's starting off, with a 30 or 40,000 points in Alliance War defense, I think you'll do a lot better. Most people, like, your ability to attack is about the same. And we don't get a lot of deaths in my alliance until you get to a boss or a mini boss anyways. There aren't a lot of champions you're going to put on a node that are really going to catch any of us. That's kind of how it goes. You start getting a little bit higher groups anyways. So I mean, it really doesn't matter whether you give me a gimme champ or you give me a hard champ who's still, I mean, Mordo for me is, for the most part, it's pretty easy. And unless you have a rank 4 5-star, you're going to throw out some random spot. I'm going to beat a rank 3 unawakened Mortal without a problem. But I think right now it'd probably be a good idea. I'll go back to just buying the T4 basics with Glory, and I'll start hoarding them all up just in case I need to make I need a whole different set of rank 4s, I feel like, for the next Alliance War. I may be able to still use everyone I was looking at using anyways. Hey, Punk Face Kill, how's it going? Yeah, I've definitely Dragon Choppy. Eevee's definitely turned me pretty hard into Rick and Morty. I've got some pretty big conspiracy theory stuff on Rick and Morty. I was waiting so I could get either in Eevee's stream or have him in here before I start getting into it. But I've got a little bit of time left here, so I'll save that for another stream. Maybe I'll do that tonight in tonight's stream when I come in after work tonight. If somebody reminds me about Rick and Morty, we'll start going into we'll go in some Rick and Morty conspiracy theory tonight on what I think is going on in the universe. Semi-inconsistency I see, the point of the Council of Ricks, the actual reason it's there. I got some pretty decent stuff. I tried messaging Eevee the other day because I wanted him in the stream with me while we were talking about it. I wanted to Skype him in. We'll see. Maybe we can do that after work tonight. I don't know, though, because I may get out of work tonight a little too late. He might not still be up. But maybe I'll try to message him again and see if we can do my Rick and Morty special tonight. So everyone may want to work on boning up on their interdimensional physics and all that, and how all that stuff would work. Yeah, I was saying, you guys might get hit pretty hard there. Punk Face. I know, yeah, I'm over here in Tampa, so I know normally we have to worry about it, but they're saying this one we shouldn't have to worry about at all. Not sure how big a Category 3 is. I want to say, if memory serves me right, was Katrina Category 4? I tried watching the Rick and Morty rap, I think, on the TV, and I couldn't get it to load, so I haven't actually seen that yet. It's probably on YouTube, though, wouldn't it be, if I YouTube it? Hopefully you can stay pretty safe and dry over there, Punk Face Killer. I haven't been born and raised with all this hurricane stuff and all that. I'm originally from Wisconsin, from the far north, so been here in Tampa for about 6 years though. So I haven't. I've seen a bunch of tropical storms. I haven't really seen an actual hurricane yet. Now I live in a brand new constructed house. The house is 5 years old, so it was built to withstand a hurricane. So. Not too worried about 110-mile-an-hour winds. I probably don't want to go to the grocery store if I don't have to go to the grocery store, but... So 110-mile-an-hour winds, we might technically close work. We might not. I think like 80 or 90-mile-an-hour winds, we won't close work. Everyone will still show up. If you don't show up at work, you'll still get written up. But if there's an official warning, though, I think they have to. I don't know if it'd be warning or threat. I don't even know how any of the system works. I should remember, because it wouldn't be that much different from tornado warning. So I guess if there was an actual hurricane warning, I think they have to close work. I don't think they're allowed to tell us to come in. But if there would just be like a hurricane watch, we would still all be expected to show up at work. Hopefully you guys stay safe and it's not too bad. I know normally they have to go and really overdo it and be like, oh, the threat is so severe, and then the camera crew will go to the one block that actually wound up getting hit where a car got overturned. Oops. Yeah, I never responded to my wife, so now she's all like, why didn't you answer me? Alright guys, I probably got to go and take care of that and everything and start getting ready for work. So I thank everybody for coming and showing up today. I'll get back in shortly after work later tonight. We'll try to do a Rick and Morty special, talk about some different theories and all that in there, what's going on in the show, how I think it's working, and what they're building towards right now. Because I think they're building towards something pretty big. So yeah, thanks for coming in. If this is your first time, hit the subscribe button, come back later on. And I'll see you guys later.